Hello, happy Monday. We are here to get some motivation because today is your live Monday music motivation. Looks like we are, hey, maybe live. Let me double check, give it a second, make sure everything's working. Uh, Good. Yeah, it looks like we are live. And today in the live Monday music motivation, I want to talk about what is the sort of one thing that can sometimes be really tempting to skip in your practice, but is the one thing that you absolutely should never skip no matter what. And let me set the scene a little bit for you for what I mean with this. And I'm a little bit in this situation right now, so this is as much a reminder to myself as it is for all of you. So say you have a big performance coming up. In my case, I have a recital coming up in about a month. And I have a lot of music to work on and learn for that. And I actually have a lot of performances in general in this first half of the year that are pretty intensive and going to take a lot of practice and work. So I'm looking at this big stack of music and all these notes that I have to learn. And it's so tempting to pull out the clarinet and jump in and start learning and start working on it and start figuring out what I need to do to actually make it a good performance. But if I were to do that, then I'd be skipping my warm-up. And that's the thing that you should absolutely never ever skip in your practice is the warm-up. There's been so many times in my clarinet journey where I've had a ton of music that I need to work on and I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to jump in and start learning because I need to. Like, I know how to play the clarinet. Warming up isn't so important. I'm just going to get in there and get it. Those are always my worst practice sessions. Those are always the practices where at the end I just feel frustrated because nothing was working right and I wasn't getting anything going well. And I think that's because I didn't warm up well. When I have great warm-ups, the practice after that always goes better because I feel in control of the instrument and I'm actually focused on learning the music rather than just focused on fighting with the instrument. Another way that I want to sort of spin this for you as well is just to give you an idea of something to be working on and be focusing on in your practice. 2 weeks ago, our first live Monday music motivation for 2024, we talked about setting good goals, tangible, actionable, and easy goals. Last week, we talked about using the actual practice template that we have here and organizing yourself so that you have stuff to be working on and you know your goals for the week and when you're going to practice and you actually schedule it to make sure that you're committed to that practice time. And now I think it's a perfect time to talk about, well, what should we actually be practicing? And I think fundamentals are always the best place to be. Again, whether you have a ton of music that you need to work on, still get into those fundamentals, work on your fundamental skills of playing the instrument. Or if you don't really have any performances coming up, you don't have a lot of music to work on, you're not sure what you should be working on, fundamentals are always great to be working on. You can get in there, dig into the fundamentals, really sink your teeth in and work on your control of playing the instrument because that's half the battle. The other half of the battle is learning the music and knowing how those notes and rhythms and what you want to do with the musicality and figuring all of that stuff out. But if you can't actually get the clarinet to do it and you don't actually have good enough control of the instrument itself to do that, then it's still going to be frustrating. So fundamentals are the things to be working on. Those are the most powerful and most beneficial things that I think you can work on in your practicing. Now, if you want to know what the fundamentals are of the clarinet or how to work on the fundamentals, I actually have a much more in-depth, really cool training with the Next Generation Clarinet Method test drive. I started putting together the test drive, I think it was maybe September, or November, sometime a few months ago towards the end of 2023. I put together the test drive and people really loved it and got a lot out of it. So actually this past week I went through and revamped it and upgraded it and made it a whole new experience where it really is like getting some pages from the Next Generation Clarinet Method, going through them with a timeline just like there is in the full program, and having the explanation videos of how to get the most out of them. And the test drive, the part that I pulled out of the full program, is again what I think is the most valuable, which is the how and why to do the most important fundamentals and the key fundamentals of clarinet playing. So if you're feeling motivated and feeling excited, and you believe me that fundamentals are the thing to dig into, whether you have a ton of music to work on or you don't know what you should be working on, then go to quickstartclarinet.com/test drive. That link's in the description of this video, so you can just click through that and go join the test drive, where you can get those key fundamental exercises and all of the explanation of what the fundamentals are, why they're the most important fundamentals, and how to actually do those simple exercises like your long tones and scales that we're always saying you should be doing, but how to do them in a way that actually gets you benefit. And then right after this video, go ahead and fill out your template, because that's what we're here for on the Monday Music Motivation. This is your sort of powerhouse for here. If you do this, this is the action to take that will make a difference in your playing. So again, there's a link in the description also to get this, or you can just make the template for yourself. Date for the week, reflection of how things are going for you, your goal for what you want to accomplish this week, and then most important, the plan for when you're going to do it and what you're going to do when, so that you can just pull this up. It's my practice time. It's my scheduled dedicated practice time. I'm getting the instrument out and it's Monday. This is what I'm working on. Do your fundamentals, do your warm-ups, get that good control of the instrument, and then get to work on this. The test drive that I was just talking about a moment ago is about 3 or 4 days worth of stuff to work on, with just about 30 minutes per each day. So it's not like crazy, overwhelming amount of work to do. But that'd be a perfect thing to put in here. Maybe your reflection is like, okay, I'm trying to get my practice going for the year. I'm want to become a better clarinetist this year, but I'm sort of needing to find my footing and get in the zone. Maybe your goal then is, I'm going to try the next gen test drive this week and see what happens. Monday, sign up for it, watch the instructions. Tuesday, go through timeline, or the first session in the timeline. Wednesday's the second session, Thursday's the third session, and by Friday you'll have more understanding and more control over those fundamentals. So again, if that sounds interesting, quickstartclarinet.com/test drive. Also, fill out your template, make your plan. If that's your plan, then you're good to go. You could have been writing that down and have it filled out already for the week. But that's all of my motivation for this week. Just a firm, strong, loving reminder to not skip your warm-ups, don't skip your fundamentals, and be digging into those always, 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 because that's what leads to control of the instrument, which leads to making the music that you want. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks so much for watching this week's Live Monday Music Motivation. I hope you have a fantastic week of practice, and I will see you again next Monday, maybe after you've mastered your fundamentals with the test drive, for the next Live Monday Music Motivation. Have a great week, everybody.